This is the bonus footage I promised in my other video about making the light engines for these Eveready and Rayovac 1960s lights. It's an instructional video that I made for the owner that shows how they all fit together and function. I'll link the actual build video below. Here's the drop-in install for the Eveready Captain. You just basically set this in the bezel. There's an O-ring there, so you gotta set it in there. The bezel will pretty much stay on there. And then just slip this over the top, basically. Thread that guy on. Sits in there real solid. These rings on here are adjustable, but I haven't had to adjust them any. You can slide that up and down for the electrical contact and the different lights, but usually if you just leave it there, about right there, it works. Then we'll slip our 26650 in for the D cell. The Sportsman, it's pretty similar, but one change. You gotta take this O-ring off of there, like that, and set him down in there. And the heat transfer was not super good here because of this. It's a different shape, so I made these. They just drop in there. Sit in there like that. And then pop this O-ring in. And then there's a snap ring. If it's sitting down correctly, there's no rattle. The bezel stays on. The snap ring basically sits right there in that groove, and the O-ring, the rubber O-ring, holds those down, so it's rock solid. And then just like the other one, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but just slip it on over like that. Momentary action works and everything. It's good for changing modes. The C-cell version, the shape, even though it's the same brand, it's not the same shape. So on these, the C-cells, there's no O-ring and no adapter for this. I actually got the shape to where it would just fit both of them natively. For the Eveready Captain, you just pop it in just like the other one, slip this over. For the Rayovac, it's got this really tight neck right here. There's a lump, and so you can't slip that through, but this tail piece comes off. Just slip it off, and then put the light together. Don't thread the bezel tight yet though, because you want to be able to move this around just a little. And then slip this in and push it all the way down till the plastic runs into the metal. Also for the C-cell Rayovac, I do scoot this ring forward just a little bit further than what we do for the Captain, because there's this lip thing in here, and this lip is not only, it's narrower than all the none of the other lights have that. They're all just smooth, they go in same size. This is smaller, and it also sits up higher, and so you got to scoot this ring up just a little bit, or when you put this inside, it'll make contact with the body and your light will just stay on. Also, when you put this in the Rayovac C, you got to clock this. You can't have this brass contact facing upward toward this brass contact, because it kind of pushes the whole assembly downward, and then you can't get the bezel on, so you just gotta rotate it to the 9 o'clock position, or what, yeah, one side or the other, and then you can put your cap on, your bezel.